Hi there, Jen Roque here at stampcampwithjen.com. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Summerfield, Florida, and welcome to my weekly Facebook Live. I am so happy that you're here and you decided to join me. If you're new here, welcome. I go live every Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. I hope that you'll like and comment as you watch this video. Let me know what you think. Give me a little thumbs up or a heart below. And when you're joining, please say hello. Let me know where you're joining from, what you've been up to this weekend. If you're watching the replay from my YouTube channel, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button and hit that bell so you never miss a video notification, okay? And also leave me a comment. I love hearing from you guys. I love hearing what you think about anything, any of the projects that I do. Feel free to ask questions about anything. I usually check all that stuff pretty frequently, so I try to get back to it within about 24 to 48 hours, depending on what I have going on. So there's lots of stuff going on today. I have lots of news to share, as well as a cool video or card technique to share with you guys today, using up your scraps. So as card makers, we always like to hoard our favorite colors and patterns of our paper. So I have a good card technique to use up those scraps that we always hoard, okay? As I said, as you join, please say hello and let me know where you're joining from. I'm going to go ahead and flip the camera around and we'll get to some announcements and then we'll do today's project. It's going to be a fun one. All right, let's see. Try not to reveal anything. I always have a hard time with that. My desk is a huge mess right now. I've been going through a bunch of stuff, getting ready to send out things to customers for to go with catalogs and things like that. Hi, Sue Steffen. Thanks so much for joining. We have Stamp Camp this week. I've been doing lots of stuff to mail out to customers. There's just lots and lots going on. So my desk is a little messy today, but that's all right. We'll get through it. All right, as I said, welcome. If you're new, thanks so much for joining us. Don't forget to invite your friends to join us as well. Hi, Melinda. Thanks so much for joining. If you're new, these are all my social media channels. You're watching live from Facebook, or if you're watching the YouTube replay there, I have a Pinterest page, and then stampcampwithjen.com is where you can subscribe to my weekly newsletter that goes out Friday morning with lots of updates and reminders. And you can also subscribe to get my blog post sent straight to your inbox, which is cool. So you don't have to try to remember to go to my website to see what's new. Okay. So that's a good idea to do that. For those of you who choose to shop with me, I have a great loyalty program for my loyal customers, a rewards program. So for every $50 increment in a single, or every $25, sorry, I was looking at the 50. Every $25 increment in a single order before shipping and tax, you earn a point. Once you get up to 20 points, you get a free $50 shopping spree. I pay for the tax, shipping, everything. Hi, Mom. Thanks for joining us. It's my mom, Janine Nettle. And so all you have to do is you keep track of all this. Once you get to 20 points, you send me your tracker with your orders that you've been accumulating. I'll double check them. And then once I validated it, I'll ask you for your order, and then I take care of the rest and I have it sent straight to your door. So it's a good way to earn free product for shopping with me. All right. So this month's Stamp Camp to go, we are going to use the Taco Fiesta stamp set. This is Erica Serwin's $1 Million stamp set that's in the January through April mini catalog, and it's carrying over. Yay! I think this one's so much fun. I love all the little faces and everything. They're just super cute. So I have the kits all ready to go if you'd like to get one. All you have to do is place a $40 minimum online order using this host code. That's how I know that you want the kits for free. Or say you already have the stamp set and everything, you just email me and say that you want the kits, and you can purchase them outright for $20, and that includes USPS first class shipping in that price. So if that's something you're interested in, just reach out to me and you can purchase the kits directly. But if you want to get them for free, just head over to stampcampwithjen.com and look up this Stamp Camp to Go details, because it has the supply list for what you will need for the kits. You'll need the stamp set and a couple markers and inks and adhesive, but everything else is included. It's pre-cut and scored, and then any little embellishments are in there as well, okay? Okay, so probably about an hour before I got on here, Stampin' Up! Shared that they're going to do free shipping this Wednesday. Woohoo! Hi, Jessica. Thanks so much for joining us. So if you've been waiting and kind of holding off to get those retiring products or anything that's about to go up in price, Wednesday is the time to do it. When your order reaches $75 before tax, you will automatically get free shipping. So make sure this is the time to go to my website. I have a huge list of what's increasing for the prices. It's when the annual catalog starts on May 2nd. That's when the prices are going to go up. So now is the time to take advantage of that free shipping and get these items before the price increases, okay? It's also a good time to get these retiring colors, those ink pads, refills, cardstock, Stampin' Blends, and any of the retiring ink colors that you may want if they're not gone already. So now is the time to take advantage of all that, especially this stuff that's going up in price if you've been waiting to get it, okay? Yes, price increase. So that is the big thing. So free shipping. I will remind you guys again on Wednesday. Especially if you've subscribed to my blog post, you'll get an email because I will have a blog post going out Wednesday reminding everybody about this free shipping. Okay, so I am happy to help you place an order. If you'd like to place one over the phone, that's not a problem. You just give me a call. My contact information is on my website, or you can send me an email and I can call you, whatever's easiest for you. Okay, all right. So that is it. Those of you that are receiving a catalog from me, I know a lot of customers have been getting them this week. I mailed out stuff to you guys on Monday, so be sure to check your inbox. Those of you attending Stamp Camp will get it in person when you come. So it's just some little things to go with your catalogs, okay? That's what I've been busy working on this week. All right, so this is what we are doing today. So this is a cool technique. It's called the floating strip technique. You can kind of see it's raised up a little bit. So what we do is we take these. I have a bunch of, this is the Regency Park Designer Series paper. This is retiring, so this is an item that you might want to swoop up if you don't have it. I have tons of scraps from this. I did a Stamp Camp to Go back in, I think it was February, using the Sentimental Park bundle. So I've got lots of scraps. So I obviously kept those scraps. I love the patterns in this paper and I love this bundle. So this bundle, I believe the bundle price is retiring, but the individual items are carrying over. So you will still be able to get this after the annual catalog goes live, but I don't think the bundle price will be available anymore, which is 10% savings. So that's a good time to get that if you don't have this one yet. I love all this font. It's so pretty in the flowers. I've done lots of cards with this bundle. So we're going to use this today. And then this Mango Melody is one of the colors that's going away with the color refresh. So if you have Mango Melody and you really like it, that's something to stock up on with that free shipping on Wednesday, okay? So I'm gonna do this one, as that's what I have cut up to do an example of today, but I just wanted to show you, this is Sweet Sorbet, the card base here. And behind both of them, I have a little mat of Night of Navy to kind of make it pop against that white. And I think that was really fun. It just kind of grabs your eyes. Hi, Diana. Thanks so much for joining us. All right. So what we're going to do first, actually, so I have a window sheet, and this window sheet is cut down to 3 inches by 3 inches. And I have a bunch of scraps, as you can see here, on my silicone craft sheet. So you want to put that window sheet over the silicone craft sheet. I'm trying to make sure that you can see that, okay? I have that on here. Now, these strips are about 1/2 inch, 3/4 inch wide. I like them 1/2 inch for the most part, but if you have them a little bigger or smaller, you can go down to 1/4 inch or up to about, I wouldn't go any bigger than 3/4 of an inch. It's gonna look kind of funky. So what I do usually is I look at the paper and I have some, what's this one? Shaded spruce to go with it. And then there's like Mango Melody, Balmy Blue, Petal Pink. So I have different shades of cardstock as well, because we always have little strips of cardstock laying around, right? So I'm actually going to use probably Mango Melody. I think the Petal Pink was a little light for my taste. But we're just going to take different pieces here, and we are going to take Stampin' Seal Plus or regular Stampin' Seal work fine. But what I like to do is kind of lay it out first. And I like to start with my designer series paper going from corner to corner in the center and kind of just lay that out. That way those corners will have big definition once you cut everything off, okay? And then we're gonna put a different color of cardstock on either side of it, and we're just laying this out for spacing. And now you wanna notice too, let's see if I can zoom in a little bit so you can see. So you want, whenever these edges come out past the window sheet, you wanna make sure that the entire corner is overlapping the window sheet, if that makes sense. You don't want part of it to be below the window sheet, because then you'll have a little gap. You want it to completely cover that edge with the whole section of the cardstock, if that makes sense, okay? So we're just gonna alternate. And I'm actually on the bottom section too. I'm gonna move it up as much as I can. That way, whatever little piece I have at the top here, I can reuse that maybe on like a corner piece or something. Again, we're trying to maximize our scraps, right? And reuse what we can. So now I'm just gonna alternate designer series paper and cardstock. And then for this one, I'm gonna do a little Mango Melody. And I'm trying to evenly space it for the most part. Okay, so then for this, we're gonna do maybe some Balmy Blue on this side. Whoops. And then another piece of designer series paper. And see, that one isn't long enough to cover both sides of the window sheets. I need a longer piece here. Come on, scraps. There we go. I've got another piece here. And then, let's see, maybe another green, maybe another shaded spruce piece. I just have a big stack of colors. Oops, they're all sticking together. I'm trying not to stick them together. Maybe like here. And so that is the basic spacing. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna zoom out just a little bit here. And I am going to take my Stampin' Seal Plus. It's not a big deal if it moves a little bit. We just want it for the idea. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually put this on with the Stampin' Seal Plus, and we're gonna press it down. And again, I'm trying not to have too much waste. I'm trying to put all of the excess to one side so I can reuse whatever I cut off. And then we're gonna do our Balmy Blue here. And we're using the silicone craft sheet because we wanna make sure, oops, that's not long enough. We wanna make sure that when we stick this down, we don't have a sticky mess on our craft surface. Uh-oh. That is not big enough. I thought it was big enough before, but no. Maybe I'll put a green piece there. I thought that was gonna be big enough, but it doesn't seem like it, but that's all right. All right, so now we're gonna do green here. That shaded spruce. We're gonna take a little bit of our designer series paper. Put that there. And now we'll bring the blue in because I know I have enough for that. little corner. And now we'll do the other side here. So did everybody have a good weekend? So in addition to me doing all this stuff, getting ready for catalogs and mailing things out to everybody and stamp camp, I had family in town on top of all that. So it's been a very busy week for sure. My sisters and my nephew were in town visiting, which is always fun. My nephew was on his spring break from school, so it was nice. We got to spend time with them, but I was just swamped. I actually had my mom and my sisters helping me with stuff when they were over this weekend. I was like, I just don't have time. I need you guys to help me. All right. So now all this is stuck on here, and you can see it's sticking to my craft sheet, but that's okay. We want it to stick there. We don't want it sticking to our work surface. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna flip this over, and you can use long-handled scissors or paper snips, whatever you want. And we're just gonna cut along that window sheet here. And because the Stampin' Seal Plus was longer than what we glued down, it's sticking to my scissors, but that's okay. And these little teeny pieces I'm gonna throw away. But anything larger, I will probably save for the next project. So like this little piece, obviously, I mean, I could probably use it for a corner or something, but I'm not that worried about it. But these longer pieces, I will definitely save. And I do have Stampin' Seal Plus on them, so what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna stick it down onto my craft sheet, and then that way, when I'm ready to use it, it'll be ready to go. And I can just add additional Stampin' Seal Plus if I need to. Okay. And this little one I can probably save as well. And then we'll rotate it. This little piece, little tiny pieces are going in the trash, but anything longer, I'm just gonna stick it to my silicone craft sheet and use it for another project. So those of you that are coming to Stamp Camp, this is one of our Stamp Camp projects we're doing this week. So spoiler alert. Oh, speaking of spoiler alert, so my sister, she thinks she's hilarious. Apparently she thinks if she just says spoiler alert, she can say whatever she wants. She totally ruined a movie for me that I want to see. She started out saying, oh, have you seen this movie? And I said, no, I'm going to. And then she said, well, spoiler alert, and then just totally ruined it. I was like, you didn't even give us, and she's like, well, you didn't stop me. I said, you didn't even give me a chance to stop you. You just kept going before I could even register what you were talking about. You'd already spoiled the ending. It's ridiculous. But look at that. Isn't that cool? So now we have this whole background that we're going to use on our card. I love it. I just think it's so much fun. All right. So we're going to set this aside here. I'll try to move my scraps out of the way. All right. So Mango Melody, like I said, this is a color that's going away. Yeah, I know, right, Diana? She thought she was so funny. All right, so this is a card that's going away. So if you want that Mango Melody for your cardstock, ink, re-inkers, don't forget your re-inkers. Get those now. They don't have Stampin' Blends anymore. They retired those a while ago, but they do have these, okay? All right, so what I'm gonna do actually before I put these together, I'm gonna use this as spacing because we are gonna do some stamping, and I like to stamp before I put stuff together. Yeah, that is what sisters do, Mom. You taught her because you like to spoil things for me too. I love you, but she totally spoiled a big zine in one of my favorite shows for me and thought I had seen it and I hadn't, and she totally spoiled it, and I'll never let her live it down. Right, Mom? All right, so we're going to do this little bit of stamping, but to make sure that it is in the right position, I am going to just lay this down loosely so that I have a good idea of where I want to stamp, okay? Because I like to stamp before I put things together. That way, if I mess up, I can always flip the paper over. So we're going to use Night of Navy. And I'm gonna do Let's Celebrate You. So I have Let's Celebrate here, and I'm not gonna grab, well, I should grab my pad, but I'm just gonna trust and pray that it's gonna stamp out right. Normally I'll test it beforehand, but not this time. So I'm gonna do Let's Celebrate. Whew, it came out, yay. And then we're gonna do You. Hi, Sue Stone, thanks for joining us. We're gonna do You right below it. Oh, I just love how this all stamps. It just comes out so crisp and neat and pretty. Makes me happy. All right, so that was Night of Navy. So now we're gonna put our white on our Night of Navy layer here. Okay. Just a little border to make it pop. And then we're gonna put this on our Mango Melody card base. Okay. I just love that contrast. I think it looks fun. Okay, now for this piece, we are gonna take some Stampin' Dimensionals. Can't find anything. Like I said, my desk is crazy right now. So when you put your dimensionals on, you'll just put them right behind where those paper strips are. Excuse me. So that's a good idea to make them 1/2 inch. If you make them smaller, make them 1/4 inch, you will probably need to use minis or cut these in half. But if you use 1/2 inch or larger, then this should be fine. So I'm going to do the 4 corners as best I can. I can't do it all the way down there, so I'll just do it in the middle. And then I'm gonna do 1 in the center here. And that should be plenty. You can put more on there if you want to, but see, when we flip it over, you can't even see the dimensionals because we put it over those strips that are on the back there, okay? So we're just gonna pop it on just like that. So there's an even border all the way around the top and the sides, okay? So I'm gonna take those dimensionals off. And we're just gonna pop it on here, just like that. Okay, so now we need to make our little flower here, okay? So we're gonna do this next. So I'm gonna set this aside. I have some scrap basic white. I will need my little Stampin' mat thing because I'm gonna do a little stamping off. So we do need this today. Oh my goodness, I can't grab anything with my nails. All right, so we're gonna grab our Shaded Spruce. And what color did I use? Balmy Blue for the flower. Okay, so for Shaded Spruce, what we're gonna do first is we're gonna grab the leaf outline here, and we're gonna stamp full strength in that Shaded Spruce, okay? And I don't know if these are big enough. Bigger scrap piece, hold on. Here we go. This is better. You can do it like this. Okay, so full strength with the Shaded Spruce. Now we're gonna take the leaf outline, or not the outline, the filler. Oh, hi, Marilyn. Thank you so much for sharing. I appreciate it. So as I've said before, when you ink up the leaves, make sure that you ink them up fully. And then when you stamp off, make sure that you stamp off and have a crisp image. If you have little splotches or anything and then go to stamp again, it's going to show up when you stamp the second time. So now that we've stamped off once, we're going to stamp in the middle. And now we have that lighter green variation for our leaves and our stem there, okay? All right, and then for our flower, we are just gonna use the Balmy Blue because it kind of matches the little blue flowers and the designer series paper. So I'm gonna take the flower outline stamp that comes in the stamp set, and I am going to use, I think this will work really nicely. I'm gonna test this out. I might need to re-ink this pad. It's getting pretty dry. Probably do that here in a minute. Let's see. That's not bad. That's pretty good. But I will re-ink it before I have class because that is pretty dry. All right, so now I'm going to get out my handy dandy mini Stampin' Emboss machine. Woohoo! Excuse me. So this is the Boho Blue machine that Stampin' Up! Had as a celebration incentive when you joined. I guess they have excess inventory, so they are letting demonstrators purchase additional ones, and they have shared that if there's even more inventory after that, they'll probably let customers buy it. So stay tuned. If that's something that you missed out on, you might be able to get it. I will definitely share the details with you if it becomes available to purchase for everyone. Okay, so a lot of people have shared that it's really hard to get the mini machine to grab your plates. So my tip is to use, oh, I think I grabbed the wrong plate, the light gray plate that comes with this. Let me grab that real quick. Yeah, not the dark gray plate, the light gray plate. So you use the number 3 plate as your base plate and you won't have that issue anymore. So I'm going to stick this in and I'm going to put my leaf on here. And I still haven't bought that green tape that my friend Carol has. Her tape is awesome. I just have this yellow, I think it's a Spellbinders tape, and it's okay, but it's a little sticky for my taste. I know people use Post-it note tape. That's supposed to be really great too. So I'm just gonna stick this on for now. And now it should run through, There we go. There we go. So now we have our leaf. If I get this tape to come off. There we go. So we have our little leaf and stems here. Washi tape works. Yeah, my washi tape, I think my washi tape is too old because mine always sticks. It's like super sticky and I'm always afraid I'm gonna tear my paper, but that is a good tip, Sue. Okay, now this thing, excuse me, this guy is a little tricky. So my tip for this is there's little, you can kind of see there's little grooves in this die here and here, and then you've got little grooves on your stamp. So if you line those grooves up with the stamp grooves, see how it's got a little groove here and a groove here, and then we've got a groove here and a groove up there. You line those up just like that. Because it took me a minute. I was sitting there and spinning it and spinning it and spinning it. But you line those grooves up and that's how you will get it to line up with your flower. All right. Come on. There we go. And the other thing with your plates is to make sure to kind of alternate them a little bit. Have them so that they're different, like they're staggered. You don't want them all together. You can also make like an E formation where the middle one goes in further and the 2 top ones stick out, but you don't want them all lined up together. For some reason, the machine does not like to grab them when they're all perfectly lined up. And that, I think, is our normal instinct, is to line everything up, but it just doesn't work very well when that happens. All right, so now we have our little flower right here. Oh, so cute. Okay, so now what we're gonna do, we have our flower and our leaf here. So we're gonna take some more dimensionals. And I'm just gonna pop one on each leaf. And I have another cool tip to show you in just a second that I was really excited about. So we're just gonna put our stem right on the side here. Now for this guy, because it's going over the piece that's already popped up, we're just going to actually put some seal, or you could use liquid glue. Well, I probably wouldn't use liquid glue because you don't want to get glue on that window sheet. It gets really messy. So I like to have it so the little petal that has the indentation is towards the top left, and I just stick it over the top there. Now I have some gems on here, if you notice. And they look blue, kind of like those milky dots that they sold out of like really early. These are actually basic rhinestones that I colored. So I just took, this is actually dark starry sky, if you can see that. And we're gonna color this with the brush tip end, okay? So I'm gonna do 2 small ones and 1 medium-sized one. And all you're gonna do is take that brush tip and just color the top of those rhinestones. And because they're alcohol-based markers, they dry almost instantly. So you don't have to worry about them smudging or getting all over the place there. Let's see if you can see those a little bit better. So I just colored these 2 and that one right there. And now I'm gonna grab it with the putty end of the Take Your Pick tool. And I'm gonna put 1 in the center of my flower, just like that. And then I'm gonna grab the medium-sized one and put it right here. And then the small one and put it down in the corner. But yeah, because they're alcohol-based, they dry almost immediately. You can make them any color you want. So if you have just these rhinestone basic jewels and some Stampin' Blends, you can color them to match any project that you have, which is really cool. Oh, that's okay, Diana. Thanks so much for joining us. Better late than never, right? We're almost done, so you'll be able to go back and watch the replay. So, all right, guys. Well, that is the fun project that I have for today. I hope you learned a couple things and you'll give it a try with whatever you have, whether you want to get this bundle before the bundle savings goes away or you want to use what you have. Don't forget, a couple reminders before we go. I just want to reiterate this. Get my little papers here. So don't forget, next Monday, we'll be doing Stamp Camp to Go. So I will have that class here live on Monday. If you want to stamp along with me, this is how you can get your packets. You can order using my class host code, place at least a $40 order by next Monday, and I will ship them to you for free. Or you can reach out to me directly and just purchase the kit and I will send it to you. But make sure that you look at the supply list and get everything you need to stamp along with me, okay? And then also, as I mentioned, Wednesday is free shipping. Woohoo! So don't forget about free shipping. You'll need at least $75 subtotal, but that is a good time to get those items that are going up in price when the new annual catalog starts. And also get those colors that are going away. This Mango Melody that we just used today is retiring, so that's a good one to get. And also your in colors are retiring, okay? So make sure to get all that stuff during that free shipping promotion, okay? And I will send a reminder out, so get those wish lists ready to go. All right, guys. Well, again, thank you so much for joining me. I hope you had a fun time. You learned a couple things and you're getting excited about Wednesday and free shipping, okay? Until next time, be safe and happy stamping. Bye-bye.